Hi, my name is Karen Ziegler, and I help enterprise leaders cultivate the innovative potential of their employees to design the future of how their companies work. And I do that through the delivery of design thinking, training, and consulting. And today I want to talk to you about a myth, actually an objection that I receive often, and that is the fact that people believe that it is difficult, if not totally unfeasible, to integrate design thinking into a large corporation. And in fact, that is a myth. It is a myth that you can that integrating design thinking through a large corporation is not feasible. The fact is, integrating design thinking throughout a large corporation can be achieved in even 5 years or less. And so let's begin with, how do you begin to integrate design thinking in a large corporation in 5 years or less? And I'll start with the one that gives us the biggest bang for the buck. And that is this statistic, according to the 2021 Bureau of Labor Statistics. The employee voluntary rate of turnover is about 25%. Now, obviously, that's going to vary by organization, but it's been in the range of 20 to 25%. That means that you have the ability to turn your losses of leaders in your organization into wins by making sure that the replacements for those leaders that have left for voluntary reasons into a training ground for integrating design thinking and training. And so, as you can see, if this is the percentage that you're dealing with, in as little as 4 years, you could have 100% of your managers trained in the innovative problem-solving principles of design thinking. But let's talk about what I call my four-pronged approach, and maybe even a couple of bonuses here that you can begin to really impact and get everyone on board with the creative problem-solving principles of design thinking within your organization. In my four-pronged approach, I always like to start with the C-suite, because until we have the buy-in of the leadership of an organization, until they really see the benefits firsthand for themselves of design thinking, then it really doesn't play out very well in the rest of the organization. Because, you know, as the top influencers of the organization, how the leadership goes is how the organization goes. So I always begin in my consulting practice to allow the C-suite to experience the process and the power of design thinking to address the problems that are unique to their work in the C-suite. And so by beginning there, they can see firsthand how it can help them creatively problem solve, how it can begin to help them innovate the work they do, and the work that the organization does as a whole. And then once the top leadership is brought into the process of design thinking, I go with the train the trainer approach. So from the C-suite all the way down to the frontline manager, allow leaders to train their direct reports and apply the process to the challenges that their teams face. So whether you are a marketing department manager or an accounting manager or even an IT manager, each of you have unique challenges to your work that require creative problem solvings, whether it's the challenges in the work itself or the challenges or the creative problem solvings that's needed to deliver whatever your deliverables are. Think about your KPIs. You can use that process to better lead your team, create collaboration, create a mutual trust and inclusivity, so that the whole team is working together to creatively solve the problems that your team faces. The next one is for new managers and high potential employee training. So when you have someone that you are looking to grow into leadership in your company, begin to set those high potential employees up for success from the beginning. So as they begin their journey into leadership, they are already set up to succeed at the highest innovation level possible. When I was in new manager training with Bank of America, and I got set into my first office location. I had never managed people before, never met any KPIs before. And so I was able to implement the process of design thinking. And I went on, even in my first year, to win a trip to, I think it was Colorado at the time, and subsequently continued to win contests and be in the top rankings throughout my career in that position and the promotions that followed that position. So it's a really great way to set up new managers and high potential employees for success. The second is, and this kind of goes back to that statistics I shared at the beginning, is to assimilate new management hires by equipping them to integrate, engage, and innovate. So the minute someone sets foot within your organization, begin to teach them the principles of design thinking so that they are set up from the beginning with their teams to innovate and succeed at the highest level. Now, these is just the first 4 prongs that I go to when I step foot in an organization to begin to implement design thinking, training and consulting. But there are other opportunities. Once I get into your organization, I look for those other opportunities, and they can be things like change initiatives or special projects. Think, if you will, special committees. You know, if you've set aside a special committee to tackle any issue within your organization, that is an excellent breeding ground to bring in design thinking and empower them with the innovative, creative problem-solving skills of that to accomplish their goals as a special projects team. So if you have questions or you would like to begin to implement design thinking into your organization, please be sure to contact me. My email address is Karen@KarenZiegler.com.